Hey boys and girls, Ms. Miner here in the studio. Today we are going to continue talking about different types of lines. Now, lines is that building block that we need to make art. It's one of the art elements. All right, boys and girls, first off, I want you to go on a hunt for lines around your house, and you can carry your line example sheet with you and see how many you can find. Even if you could look on your floor for lines, you could look on your windows for lines, you could look on clothes for lines. I bet you can spot a type of line that I am wearing right now. So you won't have to submit anything for this. It's just fun. Go around, find some lines around your house. And next up, I'm going to talk about our two line stations. So I'm going to switch over to the work table. All right, our first station for today, we are going to practice cutting our different types of lines. So you're just going to need your line cutting sheet, which was in your art packet, and a pair of scissors that you're comfortable using. Okay. If you have trouble using scissors, practice opening and closing with your hands first. Okay, and then just cut along your lines. And then you can just put it aside and start the next one. I want you to keep in mind this is just practice. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, this is all about getting to use your scissors, trying them out, following a type of line. Okay, so there I've cut out my wavy line. I'm just gonna set it there. Next up is the zigzag. I also find that if I tuck my elbow into my side, I can cut a little bit easier instead of like having it flail out. So now I'm cutting that zigzag line. Just do your best and, take your time, practice cutting. Okay, there we go. Now I've got my zigzag cut out. I'm gonna leave that there. Okay. Sometimes it's best to flip it around, start with the other side. Now I'm gonna do my castle wall line. That one cut out. And last, I'm gonna do my bumpy line. Now, holding the paper with one hand, cutting with the other. Okay, now I've got all my pieces. I'm just going to set them down like this so you can see that I've cut them. And when you're done, lay them out like this and have your parents help you snap a picture real quick so I can see your cutting practice. Okay, for our neck center, you are going to need to protect your table. You are going to need a white piece of paper. You're going to need a small piece of cardboard. Okay, you can see it's smaller than my hand. And you're going to need just a little bit of tempera paint. Now, there is some tempera paint in the kit. I would choose the red or the blue, or if you have your own, you can use that. Don't use too much because we need it for color mixing in our next unit. So we are going to be stamping lines today. So you are going to put your cardboard. Oh, and I put the paint in a little lid so I have a nice surface for it. Okay, so here you're just going to dip in the paint, and you can do about 3 stamps before you have to go get more paint. And you can just play with the different types of straight line, horizontal, vertical, and diagonal. And you can cross them. And just make a design on your paper. Also, if you want to use the long side of the cardboard, you can turn it very carefully, you don't want to get your hands all paint, and you can add some longer lines. Okay, so you just go down and up. Okay, we're not going back and forth with the cardboard. And I would do this with just one color, so you don't use too much of your paint from the art kit. Unless you have your own paint and want to use a couple of pieces of cardboard, I'm all right with that. But we need to save that paint for our color mixing exercises with next unit. Okay, so just have fun, experiment, stamping lines. Go down and up. Okay, do not go back and forth. Down, up.